It's funny when I get accused of trying to cash out on the pain and trauma. I'm putting put those in quotation marks. I'm not saying let's dehumanize even the really bad ex-Scientologists. I mean, they're evil, but it is what it is. But we should really reserve that for the real guilty parties like David Miscavige, right? People like that. I'd have to even say, be honest here. Even Tom Cruise is not that level of epic evil. Like what Tom is doing is not good. He's giving money to the cult. Clearly, he's benefiting from slave labor. And then there's the whole thing of them engineering a wife, several wives actually, but become a channel member. Yeah, it's way more weird and dark than you think. But you know, what's the word? I guess we should always have some benefit of the doubt, right? Unless you're really at that high level of dictator evil, like Hitler or Miscavige or whoever. Yeah, you're still evil. I would not trust this person. Like if they called me up and say, "Hey," I would just, I would slam, right? Metaphorically, the phone shut. I'm from an older era. There we go. Um, that's me. Just being wise about these ex-Scientologists now. I'm not saying all ex-Scientologists. I'm saying these ex-Scientologists. But nevertheless, maybe they're capable of being rehabilitated. Even a Nazi can be rehabilitated. It can happen. But you did do evil. You are evil, and you can be reformed. But I'd always keep a healthy distance. So why am I doing that long preface? Well, Jenna is back, apparently. And she's done this several times. So I want to try to keep the timeline straight because some people may be like a little puzzled. So Jenna put out a series of videos very early. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure it was January. She's put up one video, the first video. There were three videos in a series of videos of her basically denouncing Aaron for being abusive. I will say, from my memory, and I can look at it again. I saw this video like three times already, but I'll look at it again. And essentially, I'm not trying to be fair to Aaron. Aaron is a monster. Oh yeah, by the way, I like how Jenna is stealing my lines. I've told people, but anyway, we'll put that aside. Uh, so he is a monster. However, this video is a little distortive. This makes him look a lot worse than he really is. He's not implying he's physically abusive. He has been, not with her. But he was mainly just verbally abusive, mentally abusive, yelling and screaming, manipulating her, etc., etc. So what is going on? I honestly don't know, and I don't care. Also, she's played this trick before. So where Aaron did his own response video again way back months ago in a blue shirt. I had a copy of that, but due to one of my computers being, and I'm going to take. I like these people. I'll take responsibility. I can even remember. I think what happened, and it was pretty dumb. But I was basically I had the laptop basically near an edge, and I wasn't thinking. I accidentally pushed it, and the thing just fell down, and it was from a pretty big height, so it got banged up. I think technically I can still retrieve the data, but I'm not that technically savvy, so I still have the laptop, but I don't have access to the full video. But anyway, Aaron put up a full video response. It got a really big backlash. Like the comment section was brutal, like saying you're an idiot, you're a moron, you're not taking responsibility. And he was basically trying to gaslight people, saying, that was a privilege. Guys, I had a privilege. It did not go public with the. It was just a meandering mess, and he took it down. But then Jenna took down her videos, and what happened was briefly there was like a piece, treatise, whatever. Anyway, he took down the videos and said, "Yeah, we've resolved things." But then Aaron, I've done several videos on this, so I don't want to repeat myself. But basically, he had on, I guess, and I'll say become a channel member because this is a small part of the history. There's actually more interesting things than the Jenna angle. But basically, Aaron had on a guest. Jenna got very offended, and the videos came back up. And of course, there's this back and forth, back and forth. She takes down the videos again. So she's played this trick now twice, putting up the videos, taking them down, putting them up, taking them down. It just has been back and forth. In fact, I think I screwed up the timeline. I think she did, for a little bit, take them down after she put them up for a while, but then she put them back. So it's all over the place with her. It's all over the place. I know I may offend some potential subscribers, but again, this is why I want to state for the record. You can call me many things, and you can even say I'm a grifter, but I am the least grifter of all this community, period. And I think I've shown that over several years of being far more honest than any of these people. But people in the comment section were, take 7 years to leave in a booth. Guys, you have to like wake up. Jenna is not an innocent victim here. She never was. You have to realize something with a lot of these ex-Scientologists is they are Nazis, right? They left the Nazi party. Now, some of them did leave because they did wake up. Oh, this is an evil Nazi regime. I'm going to leave. A lot of people, including Jenna, didn't do it for that reason. They didn't leave because, oh my God, it's so evil. It didn't work for them. It didn't make sense for them anymore. It wasn't profitable. They made a calculation saying, was it better for me to stay? Is it better for me to leave? It's a very utilitarian thing. And a lot of people have made that assumption. So when people leave and become whistleblowers, people want to project this hero image on that person. And to be fair to Jenna, she never claimed to be a hero, right? She is now, but we'll put that aside. So people just want to believe that if you leave Scientology, you left because you want to be this heroic anti-Nazi radical, you're going to save the universe. That's just not there. So you have to understand that Jenna, like Aaron, has had years of this indoctrination. They know how to lie to people. That is what L. Ron teaches you. It's a very systemic course in lying, manipulating, and hurting people. Now, I want to be clear. She's definitely more innocent than Aaron. She's less evil than Aaron, but she's not a good person, right? These are both people who are highly trained to try to control you and destroy you, right? So you got to understand, she's not a little girl. This is not some small little child that Aaron put in his basement. That's not what happened. These are two adult ex Scientologists who are extremely narcissistic, extremely evil, egomaniacs, and stupid. And for whatever reason, they decided to become sexually, romantically involved to promote themselves. They are literally, I mean, it's insanely ironic. They are literally like Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes. Now, listen, I like Katie. She did. She got into Scientology willingly, voluntarily. She wasn't forced to do it. Tom Cruise did not force her to do Scientology. They are basically a Scientology couple. That is what they are. Like Grant Cardone and his wife. It's the same thing. This is what they are. They're a very abusive Hollywood couple. So, as much as I hate Aaron, and he's definitely an evil monster, it's not right to frame this that Jenna was the innocent victim here and Aaron was the aggressor. Like, Jenna knows who Aaron is, she knows his record. She didn't care. So, she was aware that Aaron abused and lied to many other women, including his wife. He's still technically married. She didn't care. They don't care. This is all a business for them. In fact, I found one shocking revelation that Aaron readily admitted that, oh, and Heather behind the scenes was helping out. This is just what it is. It is a media act. It's a media propaganda outfit. Now, maybe Aaron and Jenna do have a relationship. I really don't know. I really don't, and I don't care. But there are two possibilities here, right? Because there's a lot to go into. One is that Jenna and Aaron have finally definitely split up, right? That she's going to go her way, he's going to go his way, and she's going to frame herself as the victim. Now, again, I'm going with what we know publicly, as far as we know. But I'm sure, there are people who know a little bit more, they're more insider plugged in. And maybe she's going to clarify. Right. But at this point, I have to say they're both equally guilty. I don't see what Aaron did. I mean, he was in jail, technically. So what did he do? But then he got out of jail. So, and I mean, knowing Aaron, he probably did. He did something incredibly stupid. From the time he got out of jail to the time he went home, and probably did Jenna, and he did something so awful that she's like, you know what? This is over. We're splitting up again. This is probably technically their third split. And if I wanted simple money and simple views, I would tell, oh my God, Jenna, I love you now. It's healthy. And I was like, oh my God, you're super gay and queer. You're very black and beautiful. And Aaron is evil. They're both really evil. So what is going on? Either they've permanently split and she's going to move on, do her own evil cult. The Jenna cult will now be a single corporation, or this is kind of a parody, right? Because we all know this video exists, right? In other words, they're planning this out, right? They're going to be like, let's get this out of the way. The video happened because they've been vaguely denying it ever happened. Okay, fine, let's deal with it because Aaron apparently has a video scheduled to talk about him and Jenna. So either this is just another propaganda thing where they're going to be like, surprise, Jenna's here. I'm a monster. Hey, everyone, I'm a monster. And it's the same old Joker, Harley Quinn stupidity. Or Jenna is like, yeah, we're moving on. I don't want to be involved with Aaron anymore. Those are the two possibilities. I'm sure there are more possibilities, but these are not like, it's very weird. They're very, I would say they're very clever people. They're not intelligent. Like they think they're very smart, but they're not. So they're not brainiacs here. This is not Einstein here, right? We're not dealing with like genuine like master conspiracy brainiacs like Jenna Miscavige. He's not brilliant. These are not like super intelligent people, but they are clever. So I'm guessing once again they're trying to abuse, manipulate their audience. I don't care. I'm not part of their audience. I don't give money to Jenna. I don't give money to Aaron. So I don't really care about them or their fan base. However, I am here to report what is happening. So either Jenna is moving on and or they're working together to just get this out of the way, right? Because people are going to ask, but wait, didn't you do that video where you said he was abusive? And she's like, oh, okay, let's deal with that. They've already done a video several times on this, but she did it when she took the videos down. So either this is just propaganda before the holidays begin, or yeah, she's moved on. Either way, I'm not interested in what they're going to say, frankly. And just my advice, guys, every word they're going to tell you is a lie. Don't take anything what they're saying seriously. However, I am here to report what's happening, so I will listen, but don't take what they're saying seriously. We're up to clown episode 10X, or more accurately, triple X. We're in the triple X clown show segment of their insanities. That's where we're